Yeah, y'all know what it is. We are live. This is the Sports Time Zone. Wagwan. I am your host, Broda Noom, sitting out of the building. My producer in the house. Holla at him. Do the beat.
You the beat in the building. What's good?
Yeah, you already
Easy
know
Dave here. What's going on?
Dave in this day.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, and shout out to my mans. Yo, we always got to represent all generations. Y'all know we the only podcast bringing you multiple generations of sports takes. And I got my brother, my brethren in the building, KJ Cash. Welcome back to the show, my man. It's good.
Be back. There's a whole lot to talk about.
That's 313, brother. 313, brother.
313. What up, though? Shout out to the D, man. Before we even get started, though, make sure y'all TZ tell the boys what they got to do though before we even start.
Yo, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram, sportstime_zone. Get that like, get that share. We need all them followers. You know what I'm saying? Our subscribers. We appreciate all the support, man. We've been pushing, grinding. Y'all been having our back, man. We just appreciate it, man. So keep hitting that like for us, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, we turning up. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Sportstime_zone if you on IG. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to KE Creations. She back in business, pressing up them shirts, pressing up them socks. It's summertime now, so y'all might need something different for the summer. Holla at KE, they'll do that. Seven Figure Society Marketing Agency, Billionaire Society LLC, top to bottom detailers, tips, treats, everybody. Shout out to everybody that's independent bosses doing their thing. We got a dope show though lined up. This is pretty much our first show outside of the basketball season. So it's a lot of news going on in the NBA. It's a lot of moves. We just had a free agency though. Like free agency just started, y'all. It's crazy though, this thing. It seemed like the finals was just like a couple of weeks ago. And now all of a sudden we got free agency. People traded, all kind of crazy ish going on, man. So at least we got that though to keep us, because really for 3 months we ain't got really no sports unless you're like Dave and you watch WNBA or you watching golf and all that, or baseball and all that. MLB
and tennis.
No disrespect to that, but I'm waiting for football to come back and then basketball again. But in the meantime, man, we do got some trades and free agency to keep us occupied with. First thing, before we get anything started, though, I don't know if y'all heard about that situation with Malik Beasley. We're going to start off with that one. Because KJ, when he was playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, now they investigating him for betting on games that he played in while he was on the team. Now remember, Terry Rozier got caught up in this. What my man name who played for Toronto, who had a similar,
Porter brother,
and now Malik Beasley. So KJ, since you ain't been on the show in a minute, I want to get your take on this first, and then I want to hear from TZ. We're gonna let the younger generation speak on this first, because y'all the generation that started all of this online parlay betting. Me and Q, we ain't have that when we was watching Kobe bust niggas out there, and we was watching Jordan. We couldn't bet on nothing. We just had to watch. But y'all boys, y'all generation bought in this whole new wave of betting online and betting on games. So how do y'all feel knowing that a player that y'all watch could possibly be betting on games and manipulating the outcome of games that you watch? KJ, what's your thoughts on Malik Beasley's situation?
It hurt to see, especially after the season that he's had, helping the Pistons come back to relevancy, and just to know that he was lined up. I heard it was a deal being negotiated. He's supposed to came back on a 3-year deal. He would have been with us for the foreseeable future, and to know that he was involved in something before he even was a part of the organization that's about to bring him down. That's just, I can't say it's about to bring him down, but it's some nasty stuff that they said. I mean, betting on the game, especially how we seen how they did Jonte Porter. Jonte Porter got prison time.
Yeah. Real prison time. Like,
that's
some real stuff. And then the referee back in the day who was betting on games, Donahue, he got prison time. He wrote a whole book while he was in prison too. He was trying to snitch on everybody, but that's crazy though. So TZ, I mean, I'm with KJ. I think it's disappointing to see that, especially after the season that he done had, and now he got to deal with this. But what's your thought? What was your thoughts? Because he played for your team. He played for the Milwaukee Bucks when he was doing this. So how does that make you feel knowing that he was out there trying to, or possibly, allegedly, I don't want to say because he ain't been charged yet for nothing. He possibly was manipulating games out there. How you feel about that, TZ?
I don't like it one bit. And let me tell you right now, he is disrespecting the city. After, just like KJ said, after year he had to come with this nonsense 2 years back when this already didn't occur. But I ain't gonna lie, I think it's true. And I believe it. And I'ma say it because I seen it with my own eyes when he was on Milwaukee Bucks. It was games where he was hitting threes all over the place, just like he was with the Pistons. And then next games, he wasn't missing. He was missing 0 for 8, 0 for 10. He was a starter all year, right? He was a starter. When he fired our coach, he went to the bench. And guess what he was doing on the bench? Nothing on the bench, man. Off the bench and as a starter. So I think from that window to the end of the season, I think that's where they start gaining some evidence and trying to learn what's really going on. But I feel like it's real, and I don't like it one bit for Beasley, and I feel bad for him because Detroit is ready. We here. We looking to make another push in the playoffs, and to lose a sharpshooter like this possibly will hurt us.
No, you right. You right about that too. And to your point though, TZ, I've seen it with my own eyes too. I saw a situation where
it's a clip with somebody running right past him on defense. Like what?
Look at this part right here.
Hold up, let me see that. Let me blow it up, Q, because that
yeah, they saying that he in a whole bunch of financial trouble outside of he in millions of debt.
Yo, and you know what though? It was crazy. I was watching another clip when the Bucks was losing by like 20 points against the Cavs or somebody. It was like 20 seconds left, and the Cavs was trying to run out the clock. Malik came and stole the ball, runs down and yams it with like 1 second left in the game. Like he was trying to get that. He needed that last basket for some reason. Like, because who does that? When the other team is beating you by 20, you dribbling out the clock, and out of nowhere, these niggas come and steal it and runs full speed down the court and yams it and beats the buzzer.
Yeah, they got put up against him. It's not looking too sweet for B.
It ain't, man.
Nah. It's bad for everything because people already think all the sports rigged.
Exactly.
So it just
and look
looks
how
bad
easy it is, though. How easy it is for somebody to rig a game. Because you could just think they having a bad game. Like, oh, such and such went for. So it makes you think when we see these historically great players and they come out there and go 2 for 12, and we be like, dang, he just having a bad night. It might not be him just having a bad night. It might be him trying to pay off a debt.
And imagine too the self, like you down in yourself, you betting against yourself, like
yeah, exactly.
You put in an under on yourself, bro.
That said he's guilty.
My boy Diesel, man. Shout out to Diesel. He from the 313 too. That's another Detroit. What up, though, Diesel? Shout out to you up in the comments. But yeah, you right, Diesel. He said I've been told y'all. That's some Detroit shit to say right there. Well, y'all Detroit brothers, boy. Y'all definitely keep it real, keep it a buck. But yeah, that's real talk, man. Beasley, it ain't looking good for you. But hopefully this is all talk and it's not true. But we ain't stupid. We know what time it is. Now, let's talk a little something about something that Dave, man, we're gonna stay on these Bucks here for a minute before we go anywhere else. We're gonna stay on these Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks just made the decision to release Dame Dollar Lillard from their team while he's still on contract, so they still gotta pay him. Exactly, Q. What? but they decided to let him go so that they can clear the space and clear the books for Miles Turner. So I'm going to ask you this, TZ Dave, because this is your team. So I'm going to start with you on this. Do you think this move was made, number one, to appease Giannis? Do you think Giannis went to the front office and said, y'all need to get rid of Dame? Because you don't nothing move without Giannis. Or do you think this is the team just going out and doing this because they want to cut ties with Dame? What's the situation? Give me the information, TZ. You got your ear to the street. What's the deal?
I think this was strictly on the Bucks front office. John Horst and them boys, like, they just made a decision, and I feel like they didn't tell Giannis in advance what was gonna happen. I feel like they just made the deal because they needed cap space to try to, open the market up for some new players. But to cut Dame for Miles Turner is just crazy still. Like, I don't care if he hurt or not. Like, give him time to see how he can really be in Milwaukee, because I feel like him and Giannis have so much promise. Like, they won the NBA Cup. They started gaining proper momentum. The pick and roll was starting to improve, and you know what I'm saying, they were learning how to play off each other more. But trading Dame in the middle of all this chaoticness is crazy, and we'll see how the Bucks bounce back. Man, we got some great pickups. We got Miles Turner and Gary Harris. We got some shooting, but we need another dominant player that could play alongside Giannis, that could be that number 2 option and can help him score. You know what I'm saying? Be that number 2 help that really could get us back to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Dame was that guy, but they let him go, which hurts. So we'll see how we bounce back.
So, and before I let KJ jump in, because KJ, I got to get your opinion on this one too. But I just want to say, I want to address Diesel, y'all fellow Detroit brother, in the chat, as he said a couple of things. One thing he said is that they already paying 2 coaches. And then another thing he said was Dame wasn't going to play this year at all. And then the last thing he said was this: it never matched. Dame is a defensive liability. So what I want to speak on really is the paying 2 coaches. I never understood how a team will cut a player and still pay him. Like, why? If you're not going to play him, or if you don't want him on the team, don't cut him. I would just keep him on the roster, because you still got to pay him, but just don't play him. But for them to pay the guy and then let him go and still got to pay him 5 more years, KJ, they got to give him $22 million a year for the next 5 years, even though he ain't going to dribble another minute for them. I ain't never understand. And then, like Diesel said, they still paying Bud? Ain't they still paying
they paying Bud and they paying Bud and Griff, like, at the same time with Doc.
And Doc, that's crazy. So they just giving away money in Milwaukee. I'm sorry, KJ. Go ahead. What's your take on this?
That's what I'm trying to. That's how I feel. I want to know what's going on. Like, what's the vision? What do they see? Like, because if I'm Giannis, I wonder what's going on too. You don't just find another Damian Lillard just outside. You can't just go and get one. You didn't trade him. You waived him. So it's not like you got any assets in return. You freed the space for Miles Turner, but I just don't see the direction that the franchise plan on going, and you left a huge gaping hole in your backcourt. You can't replace 24 points a game just that easy. I just don't know what they're gonna do. I'm hoping that Giannis doesn't find himself in a situation where we wasting away years of his prime.
Yo, real, stop laughing at Diesel comment. Look what is on the screen. Look what he said.
Might as well.
He need to get paid too. Yeah,
they paying everybody. They might as well.
You pour some shots, Dave.
I told Dave.
I swear, like,
you need to
put me on the assistant coach. Put me on the assistant coach spot, man. For real, man.
You need to put in your application, Dave. Like, real talk, man. They could use you. Yeah, Q, you got anything you want to add to that before we go to the Lakers and 8? And then hold on, Diesel. We got your Lakers and we got the Pistons coming up back to back. So you lay around for it. But anything you want to add, Q, to beat before we move on to them?
No, I guess the Bucks just trying to clear house. They trying to do whatever they can to try to keep Giannis there, but I don't know
By getting away at everybody that they got.
Yeah, I don't know why would you get a similar position player though. I mean, I would have thought you would try to get
Miles Turner. Look, I don't think Miles Turner gonna be able to play with Giannis, man. Miles kind of soft. Yo, I don't think Giannis he with that soft shit like that. I think Giannis, the first time he see that Miles Turner is soft, Giannis going to the front office. I cannot work with this nigga. You have to get this nigga.
They were saying Giannis was one of the ones to call and try to recruit Miles Turner.
Yeah, Giannis also was the one who put in the call to get Dame Lillard, but we see where Dame is right now.
Y'all two different players, though, bro. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't cut Dame for Miles Turner, bro. Like,
look, listen, Giannis, we gotta keep it real, man. We can't act like Giannis ain't got nothing to do with all this. Giannis done got rid of Jrue Holiday. He done got rid of Dame Lillard. He done got rid of Coach Bud. He done got rid of. Oh, look, it's a laundry list. He done got rid of.
I think he only got rid of Griffin. I think Griffin was the only one he really had a saying in, and that's
so
the
you
other
think
coach.
They got rid of all them boys without Giannis co-signing that? That what you really think?
Yeah, I truly believe that.
KJ face. He like,
That's the franchise player.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nowhere in the world. That's like the Lakers doing something without telling LeBron, or like when LeBron said he ain't know AD was getting traded.
I ain't know, my boy. Nah, you know.
He said,
I promise I ain't know.
Found out just like y'all found out.
I just feel like John Horst, like he has a mind of his own, and he don't care sometimes what the players think. He just go with his vision, and he just make a decision based off that. Because Giannis never co-signed of trading Chris Middleton or Jrue Holiday before none of this. So
you can argue that. You do not want to believe it. Boy, now I want to believe that thing, boy. The boy said, Giannis never. But let's talk about it, though. DeAndre Ayton just got picked up by the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, Diesel in the chat says that Ayton pickup is huge for Lake Show. It's about to be Lob City. Really, Diesel? You're gone to blood clot fire with that one, dog. I think, did you see Ayton in Phoenix, Q? Last time we seen Ayton in Phoenix, what did he look like to you? Did he look like a difference maker that he's gonna make for your Lakers? This is your team, Q. Talk to me.
I mean, he showed signs when he first came out. You know, the first couple of years, that last season, I expected more from him in the playoffs because that boy kind of went back in the bushes. He faded away. But I think it's a decent pickup, being that he do play defense, and Lakers ain't got no defenders.
I do agree with you. Lakers don't have defense. He does.
And what you think, my boy? How you feel about this? Because I'm gonna pick back off you.
The Lakers, they definitely needed a center, and that was a starving position for them all year. You know, we've seen them running lineups with LeBron running the 5, Hachimura at the 5. So to see Ayton there, you know, he's the first pick from the 2018 draft. He got Luka there. I think Luka is definitely somebody who he could play with that could raise the level of his game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he in LA, so it's gonna make or break him. Like the light's gonna be on. You playing with LeBron.
Yeah.
The pressure that comes with playing with LeBron for a number 1 pick is gonna be something to see. I think that was a good move for LA. I think they got him on a decent deal because he had they're saying it wasn't really going well for him in Portland.
Yeah, I agree. TZ, I'm gonna let you piggyback on that, but real quick, I want to say this. LeBron, it does take a special type of talent to play with LeBron James. Like, think about it. The only players that have won championships with LeBron outside of the Mickey Mouse bubble championship, outside of that, were guys like Kyrie, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, guys. Basically, it's a certain personality type that it takes to win a championship with LeBron. Is Luka that type? I don't know. Is Ayton a good complementary piece? I think so. But it'll be interesting to see how that whole LeBron dynamics. Kevin Love, thank you, Diesel. Kevin Love also. When you look at those type of players, they all have like a similar kind of. They're leaders, but they're not really rah outgoing in your face. They just go. They know their job. They go in there and do it. Kyrie, D Wade, Kevin Love, those guys all have a similar type of personality on the court, and that's the type of guy it takes to win with LeBron James. But go ahead, TZ. What's your thoughts on this one?
This doesn't really do nothing for me. I don't feel like Aiden's nothing. He just don't have that effect. I don't think to be in LA. Like I don't think he's dominant enough. I don't think he gets enough rebounds. Like I think Lakers play fast. I feel like he might be too slow. Man, the Lakers like to get out in transition, push the pace. I don't think he's a good lob threat. Really enough for Luka, like Luka, because the way Luka throw the ball up and the way he sees the lanes and all that is, I don't think Aiden ready for that. But we'll see, man. Let's see how this progresses.
We're gonna see. Shout out to my boy Smoker Section Podcast. Shout out to my boy T, who was on the show with us here last week. He just chimed in, big love and support. He said, "Oh, gonna be 5 for the first 20 games."
Yeah, he get hurt.
Right, then he ain't gonna do nothing the rest of the season. Then they're gonna be looking like we signed him for what?
Yeah, well, Diesel say he gonna average 14 and 10. Those are some big words. 14. I mean, he could do it. 14 and 10 is doable when you 7 feet tall. And like Diesel said, yeah, you can't teach size. But my man, Smoking Section also said that LeBron needs an assistant next to him. He needs an assistant. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, he needs the Fantastic Four. You see all the people you name, bro?
Yeah, that's
superstars.
Yeah.
Superstars, man. He can't win without no superstars.
I would take Jackson Hayes over
Luka's a superstar. You take Jackson Hayes over Ayton?
Over DeAndre Ayton. Yeah.
I don't know about that. That's disrespectful, TZ. That's disrespectful as hell.
Yeah,
No,
he got potential though.
Don't do that to Aiden.
Did you see? Man, don't let me pull out the film, man. He was getting, man, in that finals, getting worked on.
Oh, yeah, he was. That's why I say he disappeared.
Hey, Diesel, get on him. He said that Diesel about to get on you. I already know he about to say something about you. But, yeah, I don't know. No disrespect to Jackson Hayes, because Jackson Hayes is not no scrub. Like, he can do what he do, but I don't know if he's double-double, like Diesel said. Ayton averaged a double-double last year with a team that underachieved. So what could he do with a team with Luka, who I think Luka's a superstar, Q. I think Luka is a superstar.
Yeah, he is.
So you mentioned LeBron needs a superstar, but LeBron also needs somebody to play defense. So I guess that's what Ayton is there for. So we'll see what happens with DeAndre Ayton. Now let's move to the Pistons. Let's move on to the Pistons, because the Pistons they did my Heat a favor. And I appreciate it. I want to say thank you, KJ. Thank you, TZ. Thank you, Diesel. Thank you for everybody in the D. Meech, Lil Meech, Big T, BMF, the 50 Boys, Clarissa Shields,
Big Sean, giving him
Payroll Giovanni,
the mayor,
T Grizzly. I appreciate y'all. What the Detroit Pistons did for the Miami Heat was they took Duncan. Started calling him Bumpkin, but I ain't gonna call him Bumpkin. I'm gonna call him Duncan Robinson. Was traded to the Detroit Pistons for a cat I never heard of in my life. No disrespect to whoever that is who got traded for him, but I ain't never heard of this cat he took from y'all. And y'all went and got Duncan. You restructured your contract because Duncan was way overpaid in Miami. Pat Joe Biden Riley fell asleep while he was signing his contract and accidentally gave this dude $90 million to forget how to shoot threes. So I'm saying all that to say, thank y'all for trading for him and finally taking him off our books. What are y'all expectations with Duncan Robinson joining your team next year? Diesel say now y'all got a shooter, but I'm gonna go ahead, KJ, take off on this one, and then TZ, you follow up.
I'm not too mad about Duncan Robinson filling in, being that we gonna lose Beasley this year. You know, we gonna see K. We got Ivy coming back, so we're not looking for Duncan Robinson to come in and give us hot productive minutes. You know, he's here to do what he's supposed to be able to do, and it's knock down threes. So we got Karis LeVert too. That was a good pickup for us. You know, another ball handler, somebody who could microwave guy come in there, create some offense. So I mean, we going with the Michigan boys. That's just how the Pistons feeling. We, you know, year 5K. We got Duran. You got Twin who coming in. He got an off season ahead of him. With last year, he was struggling with the blood clot issue, so he didn't have a chance to work on his game prior to the season. This year, he's gonna have a chance to actually develop this year and go into his third season. Hopefully, taking that leap to put us to where we can sustain that success that we had last year.
Okay. Diesel said Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. He called it. Well, y'all Detroit boys confident.
Might win
it. TZ, what you think of this move and just the Pistons overall next year? How you feeling?
Man, it's gonna be an exciting year for Detroit, man. I like this pick a little bit just to give us, you know what I'm saying, some spacing, some shooting. Guy can come in and get hot, make some catch and shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? Take some pressure off Cade. Take some pressure off Ivy. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, we got Twin getting right. Karis LeVert, nice. So I like the mashup, and we still got some size too where we can dominate down low, you know what I'm saying? And be that focus point we down there with with Duran and Stewart.
I like Duran. I like him too.
If Duran stay consistent, I think too on the rebounds and just being there playing, I feel like the Pistons, that's gonna boost their level of intensity more because the way because he's the lob threat as well. So K could get downhill way more and throw him oops and find Ivy. Like it's really 2-on-1 just to connect with Duran because Ivy as well can handle the ball and pick and roll and find him in the paint. So that's gonna be an advantage for the Pistons too, especially in the East where there's not a lot of centers.
I agree with you. I think the Pistons will be much better this year. Q, I want your opinion on that in a second, but I do want to address cousin Numsi. What about my Knicks, though? Of course, it's always a New Yorker. Gotta come in and What about we gonna talk? We got you, cousin Numsi. We got you. The Knicks are actually our next topic, but let Q the beat finish up on the Pistons, please, and then we'll get to you New Yorkers. Good Lord, I love my cousin, but she is very, very, very New York. Like she's as New York as they come. But go ahead, Q. What's your thoughts? Shout out, cousin.
I don't really have a big thought on that. I mean, he is Duncan Robinson. I think the Pistons.
He said he is Duncan.
They good without him. I mean, y'all don't really need him.
He is a shooter, though, Q. They really didn't have.
I'm a shooter. You're a shooter.
shooter.
Anybody can shoot that corner three, bro. So I mean, you don't really need Duncan Robinson, but I'm glad he found a home. Y'all gonna be good though. Y'all gonna be good without him either way.
I think so too. I agree. Y'all gonna be straight. And okay, so my cousin Numsi says, "Let me rock, son." Okay, we got you, cousin. And I said that in your Brooklyn accent too. Let me rock, son. That's how y'all talk. Yeah,
Beasley's gone, Grizzle. Beasley out of there, man.
Beasley done.
Put up the deuces for Michael Beasley, man.
We already talked about Beasley out there betting on them parlays on himself. So in case y'all just joining, we talked about that already. But the New York Knicks. So the shout out to the New York Knicks, who up until today, y'all ain't have no coach. I heard y'all was talking to Don Staley. Y'all done went to Don Staley. Come on, y'all really thought y'all was
I told you they was gonna try to pull that Eddie shit from that movie. Try to get a female coach, Whoopi Goldberg or Don Staley.
For real. Yo, shout out to my chat, Slady Shada. I appreciate you for joining. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Share the video. All that like, all the people that you know that like sports, share this with them. Even if you're not really a sports fan, share this with your sports fan friends, your brothers, cousins, whoever. And I appreciate you for commenting and joining the podcast. But so the New York Knicks, though, the New York Knicks signing Mike Brown. that kind of looked like a desperation move to me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let y'all boys chime in, but I'm gonna just go in a little bit on the Knicks like I always do, because Knicks fans say I'm a Knick hater, so I'm about to be in true Knick hater fashion right now. So the New York Knicks, who came ever so close to go into the finals, burnt out Jalen Brunson, burnt out Mikal Bridges, burnt out Karl Anthony Towns, burnt out their whole starting five because their coach, Tom Thibodeau, overplayed them. TZ Dave gave us a minute log for Jalen Brunson. I swear, I thought I was looking at a bank statement for LeBron James when I looked at how many minutes that Jalen Brunson had racked up. Now, fast forward to now, Thibodeau gets fired. For the last, couple of weeks, because he got fired literally as soon as that game ended against the Pistons. They didn't even let him get on a plane to go back. I don't even think he didn't make it back home. So they fired him then, but they just now hired Coach Mike Brown. Mike Brown is proven, what do you say, Coach of the Year 3 times. So he's a proven coach in the league. He coached LeBron, he coached Cleveland. Then I think he coached the Lakers too, if I'm not mistaken. He coached a couple of teams. So, KJ, what's your thoughts on the Knicks hiring Mike Brown? Do you think this is going to push them past where they did last year? Do you think they were one Mike Brown away from winning a championship? Or do you just see this as a desperation move that ain't going to do nothing? So, how do you feel about this, KJ?
I do see it kind of being a little more of a move that they was making. They just needed to fill the vacancy. They needed a name that was familiar with the fans. It didn't seem like, you know how the New York fans are. You put the wrong person on a sideline, and they wouldn't be able to take all of the shame that would have came, all the criticism, especially with how much Thibodeau had to take for them losing. But I think New York is probably going to rely more on their experience from this last playoff trip and just hoping they see, just the chemistry between Brunson and Cat just with another year under their belt. They brought in Jordan Clarkson. So just probably taking more of an offensive approach to the game, just adjusting to the personnel they had. I think that's what the vision with Mike Brown was. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it may get them to the championship because, the East is wide open. I can't say they got it locked up, but
yeah.
What you think, Dave? You think that Mike Brown blew out?
Yes, this is a blew out decision. So blew out. I'd rather keep Tibbs on our roster. I feel like he had and what matters too as a coach too with your players, like you gotta have a coach that listens to your star player, that believes in your star player, that makes the teams thrive off your star player. And I don't really think Mike Brown moves the needle. I seen that in Sacramento where we seen De'Aaron Fox get frustrated with him. We seen LeBron get frustrated with him, where he doesn't hold his players accountable enough to where they play for each other and him at the same time. I feel like it's mainly just, I'm the coach, so y'all just do what I say and play off me. And you can't win like that. That's not the recipe for winning. You need to keep building that chemistry, that camaraderie, believing in your players, having that voice. And I don't think he got it. So I'm not really pleased with this move from the Knicks. So we'll see how it plays out, though.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because, I don't see Mike Brown as really an upgrade from Tibbs. Mike Brown got, 3, coaching of the years, but Tibbs done got his team to the conference finals numerous times. He just ain't never get over the hump. And Mike Brown, he coached LeBron. I think majority of those, if not all of his coach of the year came under coaching a superstar talent like LeBron. Coaching the Knicks is going to make us really know if he can coach or not. Because now we're going to be looking at how well do you use your bench? Because Tibbs never used his bench. So now that Mike Brown is there, we want to see that now. So he got to be anything less than a finals appearance, and this is a failure. This is a failed move because they got 1 game away or 2 games away rather to the finals with Tibbs. So if Mike Brown don't get them to the finals, then this move was for nothing. Like this was all for nothing, and they about to waste a talented 5. This starting 5 for the Knicks that they have right now is probably one of the best starting 5s that they had since I don't know Melo and Amari and in the Wild. Do y'all remember a better starting 5 that the Knicks have right now in the recent past?
Nah.
Yeah, this is their best shot right here. They can't do it with this squad. I feel sorry for the New York. I feel sorry for any.
They got a top 3 center in the league starting. They got a arguably people say Brunson is a top 3 point guard in the league. You got a top 3 point guard, a top 3 center, and then you got OG Anunoby, all defensive team, and then you got Mikal Bridges, Mr. Iron Man, who don't miss no games ever. You can't max out with that roster. Like, it's something definitely, if they don't win no championship with this roster, it's going to be a failure.
And let me say this too. After firing Tibbs, you bring in Mike Brown. Mike Brown better get y'all to the finals because Tibbs 1 game away. And you hire Mike Brown over coaches that already did more than Mike Brown, didn't achieve more than Mike Brown, than had a better team than Mike Brown. Like, you left Frank Vogel on the table. You left Mike Malone on the table. You left Bud on it. Like, I would have Bud over Mike Brown, man. Like, come on, Nick.
Yeah.
So this is
Mike Brown said, "Hold on, man. I didn't won with Steve Kerr, man.
Hey,
I didn't won with Pop. So
you know what?
Mike Brown is not the coach of Steve Kerr and Pop, man. Please don't do that.
That's what in his defense, he's saying, "Hey, I've been on championship
like them.
quality teams." So
I ain't hear nobody say.
I give Mike Brown, he is the bottom. He is top 3 in tier coaching, man. He is not top 2 tiers.
I just feel bad for Tibbs because the Knicks they improved every year that they had. They improved their record every year and got further and further.
Yeah, but they ain't get as far as they needed them to get. And I honestly don't think Tibbs. I don't know when Tibbs is going to get another opportunity somewhere. That might have been it in New York, but we'll see what happens. But I don't hear nobody say Monty Williams for this New York job.
No, I'm straight on Monty Williams.
You see?
I would have Mike Brown for sure than Monty Williams.
Hey, I don't know, man. After that historic worst season I've ever seen in my life from the Pistons, I don't know if Monty gonna get a chance nowhere else either, man, because that was bad. That was some bad coaching right there. I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, shout out to my cousin Noomsi again in New York. She said, you never know though. You know, I stay 10 toes down, Knicks for life. And she says, yo, what's this? You know how Knicks fans are business. I don't think we should accept this. Well, we know how you Knicks fans are, cuz I mean, no disrespect, but you know how y'all are. You know yourself because you one of the Knicks fans. So shout out to them.
They can win the championship, and then the next year, if you mess up, get them out the city.
Man, he gonna be getting that deuces soon, man.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be lucky to make it to the All-Star break, man. He'll be lucky if he gets there. But there was some more moves that went down too. Y'all was telling me about Cam Johnson.
What's
going on
with Michael Porter Jr.?
Okay, what you think about that one, KJ?
I think Denver trying to load. They trying to stay competitive in the West. They added Bruce Brown back to the bench. We didn't know what direction they were going in after firing Mike Malone and the GM at the end of the season. But I think when you got a player like Nikola Jokic, you got to do what you got to do to stay. You got to do what you got to do to stay relevant. And they making moves. Because Michael Porter Jr. did not perform well at all in the playoffs. I know the entire city of Denver has got a star relief.
Agreed on that. TZ.
I do. You know, it's tough as we just find of like, because you never want to down a player like on their performance because of injuries. You know what I'm saying? because we do understand it's a part of the game, but like sometimes you can hold you to a fault, especially you being a shooter and now like you can't shoot because you hurt. So now we relying on you to shoot, but now you ain't making no shots because you hurt. And you know what I'm saying, you are one of our best players and we need you. And it's like the injuries kind of derail that. And like I feel like the GMs be looking at that like, well, he ain't performed to where we needed him in the playoffs, and we're a championship team, so we got to get rid of him. And that's crazy because Michael Porter's been solid since he's been there, averaging 15 and 6 over the last 3 years and shooting 35% from 3-point range. So that kind of derails you as a player and a GM. Like, dang, I just got traded because I was hurt. But yeah, that's the league we're in. So
that's facts.
In a way, yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
But hey, if you the GM, man, you like, man, get your ass out of here. They don't got nothing to do with your shooting, bro. Hey, we put you in the corner to shoot the ball, and your ass is missing. And then on top of that, you've been here 3-4 years. You have not developed any other part of your game, as far as handles, one-on-one. Like, he can't get past nobody individually.
Right.
His passing is subpar. I mean, he's just an average. Like, passing ability is average. So I mean, he never really just improved while he was there. He just kind of leveled off. So I think they just got tired of that shit, especially
with playing with a player like Jokic, whose IQ is just off the roof. You should be,
right,
learning from him.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
And you can see Joker improve every year.
Yeah.
You can see the improvement, but none in him.
No, you're right. You gotta see some type of improvement if you're gonna have a reason to keep people on. So I get that. A lot of other moves, but we're gonna keep y'all posted on the moves as the summer goes and as the summer continues. TZ Dave, you got anything on the WNBA before we go into our history player?
Yes, sir. WNBA has been moving the last couple weeks. It's been came to an end with the Tournament Cup for the women's, just like the men's NBA Cup. The girls have a Commissioner's Cup. And my baby Cece,
here we go.
A player, she's been out the last couple of games. She didn't get to play yesterday, which I know hurt her, but she was there to celebrate and be with the team. And they won it. They brought it home. They won a Commissioner's Cup, and they beat a very good team, Minnesota Lynx, one of the best teams in the league, without CC, right? Mm-hmm. So that should tell you something. Be one of the best teams in the league without our star player, man. And pretty convincingly, too, up about 12-13 all game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And shout out Coach White. She's been very holding the girls accountable. She's been coaching. She's been there for them. Like that, Stephanie White is a championship coach. And if the Fever want to win and be close at the end of the season, they got a good coach to hold it down for them. So shout out Coach White too.
I'm a little disappointed, TZ. You said all that, but you ain't say nothing about my baby, Aaliyah Boston. Yes, Caitlin Clark was missing, but Aaliyah Boston was present. And was she ever so present? True. She put down some numbers. She had, I don't got the numbers right now, but she did her thing. I know she did her thing. So shout out to Aaliyah Boston, who TZ conveniently forgot to shout out in his shout outs for the Fever. But either way,
she's been playing, man. She's been balling. She's been getting some rebounds. She probably had about 12 and 10 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's solid. Because we got scores. Man, don't even get me started, man.
Because Aaliyah be doing her thing, man. But that's the WNBA side of things. Now we've come to the part of the show that we always want to educate our viewers. And we want to show people some of the historically great players that we've all had an opportunity to see, but maybe some of y'all didn't get to see them. Maybe y'all too young or don't remember, or maybe you just forgot how dope some of these players are. So this week's version of the History Player of the Week, brought to you by yours truly, Brother Numsi, KJ Cash, TZ Dave, and Q the Beat. This week we have, I think this is our first time ever having a Boston Celtic as our History Player of the Week. Now, this Celtic player is an NBA champion. He was a part of the Big Four with Kevin Garnett, not Durant, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen,
What?
this man, Paul Pierce, and
Big
who-
baby. Rondo.
Rondo.
Rajon Rondo won a championship with that team. So without further ado,
And who was a coach too?
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers. Cue the beat, run the blood clot list. Let's go.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce, y'all. Some of his highlights. Gonna run a couple of them real quick. That boy had the yams. If y'all ain't know, he'll get up on your head, man. Just dunk on you.
He had some sneaky hops. Like he wasn't no athlete, like, but he had.
Oh yeah.
He'll get on that rim a couple times.
Yeah,
He got y'all. He got y'all. Now
he split both of them boys. He split them both.
Well, I remember this. Oh my
This
god.
is ISO. This is ISO. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. He was draped all over him. Who was that defending him?
Andre Miller.
Andre.
Get
Okay,
the kid out.
Yeah.
Get your kid out the street.
Andre Miller was our history player a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like Paul Pierce had a handle too. He had a nice, solid handle too. Like
if you ain't cut off that right hand,
he was nice.
He was.
He called LeBron up
What
to
you
the
see,
top.
KJ? What you see in his game? What you like?
Paul Pierce.
What you see in Paul Pierce's game?
You see what time they get him the ball?
Yeah, clutch time.
Yeah.
That first step was crazy, KJ. That was.
That your boy. Hey, that your boy.
Yeah, that's look at him. Pat Riley in his classic dumbfounded look that he always got on his face. But
hold on, Nick man, hold up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because KJ, Paul Pierce could shoot the three, he could drive, he was midi, like, and then for a guard, look at his side. Was he a 3 or a 2? Like, what was he?
3.
Yeah, he had a wing, 6'8" wing.
Yeah.
Who was strong. He could play bully ball. He could play out the post.
Man, look at that. Yeah, that was crazy, yo. With the contact, and he was strong. Paul Pierce was strong. He could take that contact. So you had to really wrap him up if you was trying to hard foul him. That fadeaway, that was ridiculous.
That's a Kobe. I get that. That's like a Kobe-esque shot for real.
And he had that.
Kobe-esque.
He had that element of his game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Paul Pierce, y'all. In case y'all never got a chance to see him, that's Paul Pierce, NBA champion, Hall of Famer, first ballot, most definitely. So, man, this time went by real quick. We at the part of the show, the very last segment, where we do our 2-minute turn up. So for the last 2 minutes, everybody just say what they got to say to close out the show. Last little bit of words. I guess I want to say for my 2-minute turn up that I'm looking forward to a couple of different things. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Miami Heat do after they just clear some space on the books. We got rid of Duncan Robinson, so that freed up some money. There's a lot of talk about where Dame Lillard is going to go. I don't know if Miami is going to make a bid for him, but whoever takes Damian Lillard is understanding that they're going to stash him for a year because he ain't playing for a whole year. So he's going to sit out a season. So there's not that many teams that can afford to sign somebody and then just sit them. I don't know if he's worth it at this point. I wanted him on the team 2 years ago, but now I don't know. We're going to stash him. We got to get him dirt cheap. So
when he come back.
Exactly. I want to see what Pat Riley does for the rest of the season. If he's sleeping, if he wake up, I just want to see what happened with that. But that's really all I got for my 2-minute turn up. KJ, you are our guest, so go ahead and give us your last 2 minutes. Anything in the world you want to talk about. It ain't got to be sports. It ain't got to be whatever. Just whatever you want to talk about. Go for it.
Oh no, man! I just appreciate y'all for having me on. Make sure everybody follow y'all on the gram. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Tap into the Facebook live stream anywhere where we can view what's at. Y'all drop it down below.
For real. That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate that, KJ. Now, TZ Dave, 2-minute turn up. What you got, bro?
Let me say this for the Bucks, man. Let's make a move, man. We can't afford to lose Giannis, man. I don't think he gonna leave, but like we got to build, man. Get some demons over there too, man, to help, man. Cause we trying to build another championship, and I feel like we don't get another championship or compete for one. We might lose them, man. So I don't know, man. Hope the Bucks can get that right, find some players. On another sports side, man, it is, as you all know, it is Wimbledon 2025. The Wimbledon tennis tournament has started on Monday. Well, this past Monday. It's been going on the last 2 days. Very, very nice, very competitive right now. It's still the top seeds in. Carlos Alcaraz, Novak Djokovic is in.
What happened to Coco?
Oh yeah, I get Coco. I know Coco. Coco lost first round, man. It was very tough, man. She lost her straight sets after just winning the French Open last month. So it was a very tough turnaround for her, man. She couldn't serve. I don't think she wouldn't get enough first serves in. She couldn't break, and you know what I'm saying? She just had a tough game out of winning that French Open. So I didn't expect her to have that type of game first round, but you know what I'm saying? It happens. But she did lose to a complete random, so that plays a part too.
All right.
Shout out CC, still love you. Yeah, CC.
Get well, CC. All right. Cue the beat. Take us home.
Y'all be safe out there. Hurricane season. Also, man. Shout out to my boy Kobe, man. Y'all be hating. It's mainly LeBron fans. Keep on talking about Kobe, man. LeBron ain't in the category with the GOAT. I'm sorry, bro. It's not. He is not number 2. It is Kobe Bryant, or he might be number 1. He my number 1. My MJ and Kobe. I lived through that time, and I can tell y'all that the media is trying to erase Kobe, but when we was growing up, they were saying, who is better, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? From 2000 to 2010, the best player in the NBA was Kobe Bryant. It was not even no question about that. So I don't know what people talking about. I watched it. I remember it. I lived through it as a Laker fan. We all compared Kobe and MJ. People say LeBron coming, but it never happened. So I don't know what history they talking about. They need to go watch some games.
I love it. Good stuff, man. Yeah. All the Kobe slander gotta stop. Here at the Sports Time Zone, we show love to Kobe. We show love to all of the historic greats. That's what we are. We are the only sports podcast bringing you not 1, not 2, but 3 generation takes on sports. So shout out to everybody in the chat who joined us. Cousin Noomsy in the building. Shout out to my man Smoker Section. Also, shout out to Diesel. Diesel just dropped a book. We will be reviewing his book right here on the Sports Time Zone next week, Thursday, on our Out of Bounds show. We will have Diesel in the building, interviewing him, talking about the book that he just wrote and breaking it all down. Also, we got some dope topics lined up for y'all tomorrow, so make sure y'all tune in tomorrow for the Out of Bounds edition of the Sports Time Zone. For those of y'all who don't watch sports, for mostly the ladies who want to watch and chime in on current topics and what all of that, we got all that for y'all. So make sure y'all tap in tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central. But for my crew,
and Saturday.
Oh, and Saturday.
Saturday.
Tell them about Saturday, Q. Tell them what we do Saturday.
We got the Sports Street Time Zone Underground Music Spotlight. So check us out. We got a special guest coming up for y'all Saturday. If y'all need to send y'all music in, y'all know somebody who hot, who ain't out yet, who trying to make it, man, tell them come holler at us. We'll play their stuff, man.
KJ, you too. When we get on there, yeah, we can add get Mooka Lou on there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got some fire stuff, man. We play it on there Saturday, man. We don't discriminate.
Nothing but underground, and we let the viewers chime in. Yep, you gonna get some new followers.
KJ be in that stew, man. My boy KJ be trying to rap, man. He be in that stew, man. So he might have some sauce on the floor. You hear me?
Saturday.
Yeah, let's do it. Saturday. Let's do it. Let's get it, KJ. But yeah, for my crew, TZ Dave, KJ Cash, and my producer Q the Beat, I am Brother Noomsy. This is the Sports Time Zone, and we are out.
Hit that like button.